noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. It is a deep, deep sea of yellow, beautifully effervescent yellow. That is what you're faced with when you come to Dortmund. And we're underway. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, it's hard to look beyond this fella.
Bakula! And he has kept it out somehow.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Van Dijk promptly onto that, and that is that. And the counter is on. Well timed, excellent interception. And that is a little undercooked. Finish! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Van Nistelrooy actually didn't do an awful lot wrong to...
Borussia Dortmund with their first corner, the first in the game for either side actually. And it's hoisted clear. Takes a shot! It's their second corner of the game. There's the header! And oh, he's got that completely wrong.
Well, just too much pressure on him in the end, Peter.
Robertson. Mbappe, looking to play him in. Oh, no joy this time. Dani Olmo. Mbappe. Dembele. Dani Olmo. And here's Mbappe. That's an excellent interception. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Now it's Kvaratskhelia. That's a throw. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo, closing in on goal. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Arda Güler, only partially clear. Liverpool are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Alexander-Arnold. And it's Arda Güler. And it's Robertson. He's cut it out. Kvaratskhelia.
Borussia Dortmund definitely have the look of a team that likes to counter-attack, Peter.
Yeah, that is clear. Just look at how they line up.
Well, in other words, they don't mind being patient.
Dani Olmo can so cleverly bypass the press. Oh, that's a key interception. Robertson. And here's Mbappe. Dembele. Totti. Gerrard. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Dembele. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Totti. Gerrard.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Bakula providing an outlet on that flank. Robertson. Valverde was in no mood for any of that. Tries to pass it through. Shot at goal! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! The movement so precise, the finish.
And they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Borussia Dortmund have fired themselves in front.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Oh, that was vital. Kimmich. That has ended up in no man's land. And here's Dani Olmo. Good ball, good take. Saliba. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. And this is Totti. I think that's a corner. Yes, it is. So, third corner of the game. And the shot! It's in! And they're threatening to fly away here. Oh, high-quality goal. Lovely first touch. Sumptuous second.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
Borussia Dortmund are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Saliba. Kimmich.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Oh, that's fabulous. Van Nistelrooy finds himself offside. Akanji. He won't be happy with that one. And this is Van Nistelrooy. Great ball, and he's in here. Robertson. Goulet. And that's been won straight back. Totti. Goulet. Yamal.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Mbappe running with the ball. And he's been shifted off it. Dani Olmo gets on his bike and on the move. Van Nistelrooy. And the referee says that is that for the first half. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Liverpool really are lucky not to be down by more, Peter. The manager's going to have to come up with something a little special to lift these players, otherwise this one's as good as done.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. So we're off again.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either.
Yamal!
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
And it's Alexander-Arnold. Looking for the run. Now it's Yamal. Arda Güler. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. Knocks it into space. Valverde pokes it out wide. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Van Nistelrooy was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. This is Dembele. He is through here. That has earned a reprieve for the time being.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him, as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
That has not gone well. Nicely weighted ball. Well read, nice interception. Now it's Danny Olmo. And this is Van Nistelrooy. And Van Nistelrooy! Relentless! Just relentless! Up by 3. They have their boot on the throats of their foes. He hit that like he meant it. Absolutely speared it in.
It would have taken something heroic from the keeper to get anything on that. The height was tricky enough, but the power, he had no chance.
Borussia Dortmund find a position of real strength now. Now it's Goulet. Can he get it through? Van Dijk spots it and intercepts. Now it's Gerrard. And it's been played through. It's a good foot in there. Liverpool needed that. They really needed it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Borussia Dortmund clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
And here's Totti. Great vision.
Borussia Dortmund have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Well, that looks a decent ball.
Liverpool are stuck in Central Station, and they might find the fast track.
Mbappe! That's another chance!
Substitutions taking place.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
And that should get the job done. And now they can spring out of defence. That is good alertness. He ran himself into trouble there, free kick given away. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. He has found the way through. And he was alert to it. Goes long and straight. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Messi. He's gone for goal. And he should have made it 4.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
That has been slung wide. Oh, well played, well played.
Well, they can at least make a fight of it. Even if it's just a goal, the lift it would give would be huge no matter what the end result.
Can he finish? Oh, that is rather wayward.
That's the threat he carries, Peter, running at defences like that. If only he managed to retain his composure.
Alexander-Arnold. Totti. And it's Olmo. It's a smartly directed ball. Now it's Hazard. He's picked his way through. Hazard proves just a little bit too strong. Robertson finding himself in space. Messi.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Looking for options for movement. Time added on will be 2 minutes. And we're done. A tale of 2 teams, one irresistible, unstoppable, the other fragile and seemingly clueless. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours,
Hello,
it might not
everybody,
feel
and
like that.
welcome to today's
The
match.
stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So it's away we go then. Longevity, loyalty, leadership, just a few of the words that spring to mind when you're watching the eternal Francesco Totti.
Yeah, he is truly unique, Peter. Easily one of Italy's greatest players, and some consider him to be the greatest of the lot.
And what sets him apart?
Consistency, and the way he has no real weaknesses in his game. Such great all-round ability. He really does excel all round.
He is through here! And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Raul, shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And this is Dembele. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Van Dijk cuts out the pass. Cafu cuts it out. And back to the keeper. Well timed, excellent interception. Oh, it's Van Basten. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Can he get it through? No, it's Hazard. Hazard. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said.
Hazard clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
Takes a shot! Great effort, but no way through. And here's Ibrahimovic. Yamal. I'll try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. And Nigeria can counter now. Played out to the left flank. Now here's the delivery. And that should get the job done. And it's Robertson. Played it again. Robertson deals with that comfortably. Ambitious ball here. No, that's been intercepted. Looking for the run. Messi. And this takes a shot! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no. And we have our very first corner. Greatly off the post. No, just not quite. Corner number 2 then. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. And this is Ibrahimovic. And the shot! Nigeria are looking to go forward now. Oh, well measured. Oh, it's Van Basten. He's in one-on-one. Chance for a shot! And he's done it! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Nigeria are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration would be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Dembele. That's been slipped through. Oh, can he get onto this? Oh, nicely intercepted. Totti, who needs just a moment to score a goal. Alexander-Arnold gets over and intercepts. And he plays one through. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Yamal!
Liverpool certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
No, not quite on the same wavelength. And he can clear it away. And reclaimed it in a trice. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Ibrahimovic threads one in. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Alexander-Arnold, and he's quick to return it. Oh, well played, well played.
There will be 1 minute added time.
He's done very well to take that back. It's a pretty loose pass. A probing pass. Cafu. And the referee has blown for half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Liverpool finding themselves behind by just one goal at the break.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second. Can he finish? And a neat finish! Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. That's wonderfully done, crisp hit, true finish.
That's brilliant control, Peter, from an awkward height too. You know, it's great improvisation here.
So that's two now without reply.
There's a certain authoritativeness in everything they do now. If they want to kill off this game, now's the time to get it done.
Oh, it's Dembele. Now this could be a chance. And he shoots! Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
Lamine Yamal just backs himself every time. Give him a challenge and he'll rise to it.
He's had it taken off him. Knocks it into space. He's shifting through the gears here. And again, he's sorted that out terrifically.
Still alert as ever. That's so well played.
And it's been played through. Oh, a gilt-edged chance! And a chance! And he couldn't finish.
I think this defence could do themselves a massive favour by being more decisive, more communicative. They're being penetrated too easily, too often.
Substitution on the field. Number 15.
Liverpool choosing to make the first change.
Number 7, Jamal. Number 10, Messi. Number 4, Van Dijk.
Tries to play it through.
Number 9,
Raul.
Ibrahimovic.
Now this could be it. And the finish! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Mbappe. Number 17.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
Tries one from range.
Number 18, Kane.
Duke going after that. And he's only too happy to take that back. Not the most accurate pass. That's a throw.
Substitutions taking place.
Intercepts the throw. That's well read. Mbappe. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. Oh, super ball. Adams is there to clear.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
He's got plenty of space out wide here. Aimed at the far side. And it's Van Basten. And he's had it nicked away. Kilitshoy tries to pass it through. Olise, backward it goes. Robertson gets it away. Just about up to 75 minutes. Oh no, that was never going to make it. Out of play for a throw. It's a throw-in. Duke. That is ended up in no man's land. Back to the keeper it goes. Pass is just off target. And that's a good ball. Liverpool can breathe again, just.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Pass somewhat off target. Saliba gets across to intercept that. Mateus is offering some sort of an apology there.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Well, good claim by the keeper. He's certainly earned his keep there. That is good alertness. He's a sharp little ball here. Great vision. Well read, nice interception. That has not gone well. Can he get on the end of this? And he was quick to react. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Long ball by the goalkeeper. Azar. And Robertson. And it's Azar.
2 added minutes
It's a
has
pretty
been
loose
indicated.
pass. Nicely weighted ball. Goes for a shot! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. Up by 3. They have their boot on the throats of their foes. And that is that. Liverpool have very little in the way of excuses here, simply having no answer to a display that was... Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the
Hello,
camaraderie.
everybody, and
The
welcome
fans
to
have pulled
today's
out all
match.
the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So that's got things underway. Well, Jim, there he is, the much-storied Gabriel Batistuta. Fair to say, I think he will be a handful.
Well, talk about an understatement, Peter. He's Argentina's greatest number 9, without doubt. I don't think I've ever seen anyone strike the ball with such violence, if I can put it like that. We might well be seeing his iconic celebration in the next couple of hours.
Played out to the left flank. Now there's a fine ball, lofted in. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. France with the corner, there first. And that should get the job done. Liverpool are looking to go forward now. That is a little undercooked. Well timed, excellent interception. That's destined for the flank. Well, that looks a decent... Count! He's delivered all right!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy... It's Snyder! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, he's been caught napping. Delivered with swing.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. That is good alertness. Yamal is offering some sort of an apology there.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Aims beyond the defence. And it's Snyder. He has a look up. Snyder! And the keeper's relieved to see that disappear wide.
Oh, he got lots of power behind that, just couldn't quite get it on target.
No, that's been intercepted. And here's Couch.
That's good play from him.
And this is Batistuta. Flashes it across.
They've certainly set out to cause a problem or two down that left flank. Caceres clearly looking the key component now with the concentration on width. Really aren't convincing right now. It has to start in defence, but the whole team needs a wake-up call.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Looking to play him in. Oh, it's a... Shapes to shoot! And that's a sharp finish. And there we have it, the 2-goal cushion. Oh, that was sharp, deliciously sharp.
It would have taken something heroic from the keeper to get anything on that. The height was tricky enough, but the power, he had no chance.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it.
He's had a shot! Relentless! Just relentless! They are purring, truly purring. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Great chance! And it's come back out to him. And there's a goal! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
And that's great movement from him. He instinctively knew that the ball was going to come back out and put himself where he needed to be. The sort of thing you just can't teach.
Still behind by 2. Is there a way back into this? Neymar. Cafu. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defend. That could spell trouble. Cannavaro. Caceres. Messi. Great defending, strong and determined. Foot in. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Oh, that was vital. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Hazard providing an outlet on that flank. And that's a simple one for the keeper. And this is Kaut. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Cafu gets his head on it! It's in! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
And now he has 2. France visibly comfortable, now up by 3. Great vision. Well, they've got it again. And Batistuta! He's kept it out just.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but got the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
And he was alert. Can he finish? Robertson. And that is the end of the first half. Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. So we're off again. Liverpool not having the rub of the green at the moment. They are trailing. Count! It's loose. It's Bale! Neither of these two want to come off second best. He's having a pop! And that is wildly off target.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Pass somewhat off target. Kaut. And this is Kaut. And the shot! That'll be a throw-in. Donnarumma sends that a long way. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Can he finish? Off the post! And now they can clear their lines. Oh, he's been... Batistuta! France have their third corner. Now the ball... Oh, great leap! They got the hard part right, but the rest wrong. And that's it. So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you.